This week on The Splash, we visit the sports club in West Bloomfield, where residents are staying fit for the holidays. Then find out how you can donate winter clothes to kids less fortunate within our area. And later, we sit down with the owner of a local restaurant that's been here for over 40 years. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything, from local news to feature stories. Also, we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash. Hello and welcome to The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson, and as always, it's good to have you with us. Our top story this week comes to us from the sports club in West Bloomfield, where residents are busy staying fit and healthy, despite the upcoming holiday feasting. Here's The Splash's Lawrence Nyland with more.
The holidays are quickly approaching, and with that brings great holiday cuisine. Knowing when to say when and staying in shape can be a challenge. I visited the sports club of West Bloomfield to check in with members and see how they plan to approach working out and eating this time of year.
Oh golly, I pray a lot. It's difficult because from Halloween on you get into the eating season where the average person gains 6 to 10 pounds. And I try to make sure I work out every day here. I'm on the treadmill at least a half an hour to 45 minutes. I play tennis 4 days a week. I lift weights with a trainer once a week, and then once or twice a week I try to come and lift weights on my own once or twice a week. Try to balance the calories in with the calories out, which doesn't always work, unfortunately, but you try hard.
I'm a bit of a vegan, so I don't participate in all of the foods, but I enjoy it and probably do add a pound or two now and then. And conversely, I get in the pool and get rid of those pounds.
But not every member changes his routine up for the holidays.
No. I mean, I have a prescribed routine. I have 2 sets of programs that I do, and I do them on alternate days. So nothing different, nothing that I show up at the beginning of January like a lot of people do. I'm here 4 to 6 days a week, depending on what the rest of my life is doing at the time.
And the trainers at the sports club tell us that even if you do overindulge, you can still do other things to get back on track.
Consistency. I always tell people stay consistent with what you're doing because that's 90% of it. If you have, obviously the holidays bring a lot of treats and, family time, that you're not going to always eat perfect. So if you're staying with a good structured workout program, you're going to find that you're okay. You're not going to gain a lot of weight.
High-intensity interval training is a great thing to throw into your workouts to boost your metabolism and kind of burn off any of the bad stuff that you might be more inclined to eat during the holidays. And just keeping your metabolism revved kind of undoes the damage.
While Thanksgiving is the biggest eating day of the year and Black Friday the biggest shopping event of the year, they also mean a lot to the workout industry.
Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving are the 2 busiest days of the year for us. We open at 8 a.m., they're lined up at the door, and we close at 2 p.m.
And the trainers at the sports club want you to know that you shouldn't feel bad when you eat that extra piece of turkey or slice of pumpkin pie. They do it too.
But I do cheat here and there, holidays a little bit, but I'm pretty good, most of the time. To keep your weight off, it's not just, what kind of diet you eat or what quality, of course it matters, but it's the size, the portion of it.
It's the leftovers that are a challenge for me. Oh yeah, by far, the leftovers. So it's all about portion control.
Reporting for The Splash, this is Lawrence Nyland.
Quite an impressive facility, and they're open all throughout the week. So if you'd like to get involved within the program for yourself, you can visit their website at thesportsclub.com or give them a call at 248-626-9880. One of Keego Harbor's most popular restaurants, Gino's Pizzeria, was home to this year's Winter Hat and Mitten Drive, an event put on by the Keego Harbor Jacket Club, which helps donate winter clothing to children. Here's The Splash's Apryl Edwards with the story.
Hi, I'm Apryl Edwards for The Splash, and I'm here at Gino's Pizzeria and Restaurant, where they are once again preparing for their annual coat drive for kids.
The club started in 1966. There was a tragedy in front of the Bachelor next door. A kid was killed in a car accident, so some GM line workers went there having a beer and saw what happened and went out and stayed with the kids while Mom went to the hospital with the other kid, and they just decided that they were going to give them a great Christmas because they had this tragedy, and that's what started the club.
Gino's Pizzeria began their partnership with the Jacket Club by hosting their annual Wild Game Dinner fundraiser.
I got involved several years ago when they needed a place for a function of their Wild Game Dinner, and having the banquet hall, I approached them on it, and I says, I can certainly handle your group here, and little did I know it would grow to like 300 people every year.
Funds raised from the dinner allows the Jacket Club to provide warm coats for neighboring kids.
We give a supply of coats to Roosevelt School next door, so when a kid comes to school and doesn't have a proper coat and they're freezing, they go home with a coat. They don't have to wait for somebody to go and buy it. You know, they're going home warm.
It's a heartwarming moment, providing children the gift of warmth. So head on down to Gino's restaurant in Kego Harbor and make sure you bring coats, hats, and gloves for kids in your neighboring community. For The Splash, I'm Apryl Edwards.
Thanks, April. And if you'd like to see more from this year's winter hat and mitten drive, you can visit civiccentertv.com/Jacket Club. Coming up, though, we've got a lot more to show you on this week's episode, including a restaurant that's been here within West Bloomfield for almost half a century. Then later some sidewalk talk, as well as another edition of our Civic Center event update. Stay tuned.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV celebrates our region's natural beauty, proud history, tremendous accomplishments, and more with Another Angle, a series featuring a unique bird's-eye view of our area's landscape. Watch Another Angle on Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
The best way to know when shows debut on Civic Center TV is to become a member. It's absolutely free. We'll send you a regular newsletter with all the latest updates. Just go to civiccentertv.com and click the Members tab. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Hello and welcome back to The Splash. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson. The West Bloomfield area is home to many new and interesting restaurants within Michigan, but there are also some which have been here for a very long time. And this next segment features one of those hidden places. Here's The Splash's Ben Goldman with the details.
Maria's Restaurant has long been a staple here in West Bloomfield for over 40 years. In 2010, Joseph bought the restaurant and now serves as both the owner and a chef.
I am an Italian American and originally from New York, and this style of eating and cooking has been a big part of my life through my heritage.
And even for those who are not Italian, this restaurant and its food have been a huge part of their lives as well.
At one time it was, not arguably, I believe it was the best pizza around, and anyone from around this area knows that. So people remember the pizza, and people also remember it had a very quaint, charming atmosphere. It was red checkered tablecloths, and there was memorabilia up on the walls and things like this, and that kind of a place, I think, endears people. And a lot of people come in now who also have very important memories here, maybe their first date. They got engaged here, celebrate anniversaries and birthdays. So I think it's really part of the history has to be that connection that people have to it.
The memories, the nostalgia, the food itself have all culminated here over the years and have impacted both the individuals and the community. Reporting for The Splash, this is Ben Goldman.
Thank you, Ben. And of course, if you'd like to visit Maria's for yourself, you can look them up on their website at mariaswestbloomfield.com or just give them a call at 248-851-2500. Well, now it's time to move on to another of our Splash segments, Sidewalk Talk, where our very own George Moore discusses topics at random with residents here in Greater West Bloomfield.
Hi, George Moore for Civic Center TV and The Splash, the great American pastime, football. And we join things now with the great West Bloomfield area pastime, Sidewalk Talk. So this should be interesting to get some answers to our questions. Join us. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Waking up, finding food in the house, and then getting ready for school, and then coming and seeing all my friends and passing all my tests, and then leaving to food at home.
A perfect day? Every day is a perfect day for me. When I wake up in the morning to see another day is a perfect day for me.
A perfect day for me right now, no construction, to get to work and get home. To me, that's an ideal day.
I like this one. That's a good one.
Wake up, take a shower, put back on my pajamas, not go to school, play 2K all day, be on Snapchat. That's pretty much it, and then go to bed and play basketball.
Less stress, no stress. That's a perfect day for me, no stress.
A perfect day for me, I'd be at a beach, I don't know, about 85 degrees, white crystal clear water, no worries. Maybe I have another week or two on the vacation, enjoying it with my friends and maybe my kids, but yeah, friends and kids.
Here at West Bloomfield High School, we got some great answers to some good questions. So Laker Nation, thank you for your participation. Till next time, I'm George Moore for Civic Center TV and The Splash. Sidewalk Talk.
Another perfect day, another perfect episode of Sidewalk Talk. And if you'd like to see more of our episodes with the greater West Bloomfield community, then all you have to do is go to our website at civiccentertv.com/sidewalk talk. Now let's move on to our Civic Center event update. And to stay up to date on all the following current events, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. So without further ado, let's get started. Prominent and emerging writers from our community and all over the world are invited to engage, educate, and entertain, and we hope you will join them. All you have to do is go to jccdet.org to find out about each event and if you need to reserve seats. If you've completed a beginner class and you want your dog to continue training, the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Canine Obedience Intermediate class starts on Wednesday, November 9th. Registration is required and costs $95 for residents and $105 for non-residents. Be sure to sign up soon, though, before they're all filled up. And for those over the age of 50, come and enjoy Harvest Day Luncheon at Drake Sports Park on Thursday, November 10th, starting at 11:30 a.m. You can get together with friends and family to savor fall flavors and enjoy some music. Space is limited, so reserve your spot early. And it's only $7 for residents and $9 for non-residents. The West Bloomfield School District will host the 2016 Western Oakland County Parenting Education Fair on Saturday, November 12th from 7:30 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. at West Bloomfield High School. Jim Fay will be the keynote speaker, and there will also be more than 25 breakout sessions relating to children from preschool through grade 12. On-site childcare is provided for a nominal fee, and food trucks will also provide lunch choices throughout the day. The cost is $15 for early registration and $20 on-site. Whether you're just getting started or you're an experienced yoga student, the therapeutic benefits of yoga improve strength and flexibility in your body and mind. And Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital is holding this free class in their main atrium on Saturday, November 12th from 12:45 p.m. till 1:30 p.m. The Orchard Lake Museum presents a glimpse of life on a hospital ship in World War II. You can listen to stories and see World War II memorabilia on Sunday, November 13th from 1 until 4 p.m. Plus, the Orchard Lake Museum offers a collection of area artifacts, historic photos, and documents to the public. The West Bloomfield Library Film Discussion Series continues with Dr. Tara Hayes on Monday, November 14th at 7 p.m. And this week's theme is all about the edit. As The Departed, a popular Martin Scorsese film and one of my favorites, would neither look nor feel like his style without the editing choices of veteran film editor Thelma Schoonmaker. The Departed will not be shown, however, but you can check it out before the talk, so make sure to catch up if you haven't already. Pride Works by lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender artists is a talk that will be led by a docent from the Detroit Institute of Arts on Tuesday, November 15th, where you will meet in the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Demonstration Kitchen at noon, and the tour follows afterwards. The event is free and registration is not required, so for more information, call 248-325-3890. Plarn is the art of crocheting plastic bags into plastic mats for the homeless. If you're curious and or would like to meet others within your area, come check out the Plarn Circle gathering at the Recreation Activity Center on Wednesday, November 16th from 4 until 6 p.m. Or for more information, call West Bloomfield Township at 248-451-4800. Why not enjoy a selection of the Koresh Dance Company favorites throughout their 25-year history, including interpretations of compositions by Bach, Beethoven, and Ravel. Also included is the newly commissioned 23 Deconstructing Mozart, a collaborative initiative driven by Koresh and the multimedia artist Paul Miller, a.k.a. DJ Spooky. I like that name. As the dancers move through this stunning allegro with stunning athleticism and compelling choreography, the tickets only start at $33, and it all takes place at the Berman Center on Wednesday, November 16th at 7:30 p.m. West Bloomfield Town Hall is celebrating the act of recycling on Friday, November 18th, starting at noon. Everyone in the community is welcome, and all events are free with registration. Also, the winner of the Make a Bird Feeder from Recycled Materials contest that we had earlier this year will be announced, and the Toasty Toes charity will be there too, to collect donations of shoes, boots, and socks. You can find out all about this and more at the West Bloomfield Township website. Bring your favorite bottle of wine or a dish to share on Friday, November 18th at 7 p.m. You can socialize with your neighbors at the Sylvan Lake Parks and Recreation Harvest Wine Event of 2016, which is held at the Sylvan Lake Community Center. A contest for the best wine will take place at the end of the event with a gift certificate to a local restaurant. Plus, there will be a raffle benefiting the Sylvan Lake Parks and Recreation projects. Also, and this kind of goes without saying, but you must be over 21 years or older to attend. Part rock concert and part science experiment. The creators of Arc Attack unveil the science behind the spectacle. Members of the group literally walk through lightning and then invite audience members onto the stage to take part in the Faraday Cage dance-off. The event takes place at the Berman Center on November 20th at 2 p.m., and tickets start at just $19. You can visit the Berman website for more information. Conductor Bob Bernhardt and Grammy-winning vocalist Mela Daly, along with the Detroit Symphony, present opera's greatest hits on November 23rd from 9:15 till 2 p.m. The event is for seniors age 50 and above, and tickets are $55 per resident and $65 per non-resident. A bus will depart from the Recreation Activity Center as well for those interested. Plus, home pickups and returns can be arranged by calling 248-706-2411. And that's all for now, but if you're looking to find even more events going on in your neighborhood, then be sure to follow us at civiccentertv.com/events and look up our events calendar. Or you can watch us here for more information on everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. Well, as we head into the break, stay tuned, because afterwards I'll be talking with Marcin Chumiecki and Przewozniak of the Polish Mission in Orchard Lake.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
I'm Kelly Waterfall for Civic Center TV. All around West Bloomfield, people are saying there's great, if not totally compelling programming on Civic Center TV. What's the best way to know when our newest shows debut? Become a member. It's absolutely free. We'll send you a regular newsletter with all the latest updates. Just go to civiccentertv.com and click the Members tab. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Be sure to catch live coverage of Laker sports, up-to-date information on local events, and of course, non-stop music on 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM.
For years, Civic Center TV has been bringing you live coverage of local municipal meetings. The meetings are now available on demand at civiccentertv.com/meetings, or watch the meetings again the following day on Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash, everyone. I'm your host, Jonathan Jackson, and joining me at the desk this week is the Director for the Polish Mission, Marcin Chumiecki, and Assistant Director, Przewozniak. Now, thanks so much, guys, for stopping by.
Thank you very much. It's an honor and privilege to be here with you and spread some news and some story about our great organization, Orchard Lake Schools and the Polish Mission.
Thanks a lot for having us. Not a problem. So, as you said, Orchard Lake Schools and the Polish Mission, how long has that been happening? You know, what is a little bit of the history of that organization?
Well, that's a very good question, very interesting question, because very, very few people knows about us, and they know that we started in 1885 in Detroit. What that means that we are older than Coca-Cola or Ford Motor Company, for example.
Goodness, yeah, history is there, definitely.
We are like a hidden gem in our community here. We start in Detroit first as a Polish seminary with all the emigration coming to the great United States. Poles and all the citizens of Eastern Europe, they were looking for some spiritual and safe havens. And the Polish priest provided for community. And then in 1885, upon decision of Leo XIII, Holy Father Leo XIII, our founder, Father Dąbrowski, Józef Dąbrowski, established our seminary down in Detroit. Then, in 1909, we realized there is great opportunity right here at Orchard Lake to take over the old Michigan Military Academy. That's why we are here. I mean,
you guys, keep.
What is interesting about that story, that American sport brought us here to Orchard Lake.
Really?
Our seminarians played baseball, just hit few balls here and there, and they ended up to playing with Michigan Military Academy.
Yeah.
When they play, they find out that they are looking for selling the whole academy and property. And our priests did very quick fundraising through Polonia, through Polish people, not only in state of Michigan, but through entire country. They do quick fundraising. They found enough money to buy this great historical campus, and here we are today on the shore of the Orchard Lake.
Yes, over 100 years later, and still going strong. And JJ, you, as I mentioned earlier, you're the assistant director, so you help out Marcin in any way that you can. And tell us a little bit about how much you guys have accomplished in your time. I mean, right here in front of me, you have something that you were awarded to. Isn't that true?
Actually, this is a good thing. Maybe if we can show the camera,
of course,
just a little bit here. This is the Gloria Artis, the gold degree of the Gloria Artis. It's an award that's given by the Polish Ministry of Culture, and currently there's about 11 organizations in the world who've earned this level of the degree for all of our work. Every day to kind of embody the spirit and the vision of our founder, Father Dąbrowski, he said that education alone makes men free. So we pride ourselves on being a three-tiered educational institution, incorporating St. Mary's Preparatory, which is an all-boys college preparatory academy, and also the original seminary, which is the oldest it's the only Polish-American seminary in North America. Altogether, we've got about 500 students total on campus, and what Marcin and I actually specialize in is promoting Polish culture. And our aim with doing this is to inspire people of all cultures to embrace their culture the same way we've embraced ours. Part of what we do, a large part of what we do, is traveling exhibitions. And one of the premier exhibitions that we're working on, we're very privileged to be North American partners with Auschwitz-Birkenau State Museum of Poland.
Oh, a lot of history there. I mean, from World War II and onward, but still,
Yeah, quite a bit. Since 2012, we've taken an exhibit called Forbidden Art all around the country. It's actually been to the Eisenhower Presidential Site for the 70th anniversary of the D-Day landings. We had it at the United Nations for the 70th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. And shortly, it's going to the West Point Military Academy. Our community in Michigan can view the exhibition now. It's at University of Michigan Dearborn, and it's going to be there until
not too far.
Just before Christmas time. But we're all really looking forward to having it at the city of Wixom. Wixom is the very first municipality of the entire tour, over 15 venues, 11,000 miles, that's raised the funds and is going to offer Forbidden Art to their community in March 2017.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, all that history and all that artwork that was found during that time period and is now able to be shown to the public. Like you said, you're sharing your culture with the world, and you're doing a wonderful job at it. If I may say, if you have the awards and you have the exhibitions all across the country.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, definitely.
We're kind of a hidden gem in the community, really, that a lot of folks, didn't quite know about the degree of collections that we have. We've got America's largest collection of Polish World War II related objects, the largest Polish-American archives, 80,000 volumes of rare books in our rare book room, and very shortly we're going to be opening a brand new renovated art and education center on campus, and I think Marcin can speak to that a little bit.
Well, yeah, if you can, talk about that, but also a bit about Poland's, I know this is also a kind of important time because your Independence Day is coming up for the country as well. Is that important to the both of you as well, like the significance of that moment?
Oh, of course, for a lot of reasons. For a few times in Polish history, Poland ceased to be a country. They were occupied by foreign occupiers, essentially wiped off the map. And what we celebrate on November 11th, Polish Independence Day, is the proclamation of a free Polish republic that was really spearheaded and led by a person named Marshal Józef Pilsudski. And he envisioned a Poland that was multicultural, multi-religious, that was very open, and it's kind of a model that we at the Polish Mission, Poles across the United States and all over the world, really kind of look to as a defining accomplishment of the Polish people for the greater good.
Yeah. And Marcin, for you?
Well, we are extremely privileged because a number of veterans and all those immigrants who come after World War II, after World War I, after World War II came and make us as a depository of the Polish culture. That's why we are obligated to show, promote, and educate about this history. November 11 is extremely important for Polish people. I can remember that why my grandfather called Marshal Piłsudski, who bring our country back together. Marshal Piłsudski, for all of us in Poland, was our grandfather. That was extremely important just because that was so personal. For all of us, destroyed, broken, separated through the generation, through the centuries. Now we have a person who brings us all back together, bring all country, and give us the hope of freedom and independence and democracy.
That's amazing. That's exactly what you guys are about, and that's why we're so glad to have you on the show today. I appreciate you guys for coming by.
Well, my final words, if I may, I would like to invite everybody to Ochadlik School, to our historical campus. Please visit our website, which is www.polishmission.com. You will find all the information about us, about our activity, not only here in the state of Michigan, but also abroad. We are promoting Polish and Polish Poland and Polish history in the state of Michigan and the United States. However, we also bring our Michigan story back to Poland.
To make it all comes full circle, right?
Absolutely. We are organizing annual trips to Poland for our students. We are bringing them back to Poland. We let them play music in Poland. We let them exchange ideas with Polish kids, Polish youth. It's just we are in this time of the history of the world that what is extremely important just to people work together, get together, exchange their idea, and just make this world better.
That's wonderful. Guys, thank you so much. Marcin, thank you. And
My
JJ
pleasure.
as well.
Thank
You guys were great. And once again, everybody, the Polish Mission, these guys are working hard to spread their culture, not just around the world, but with all of us here in West Bloomfield and in Orchard Lake. So, of course, support them. Go to their website and look up more on how you can help donate to the Polish Mission. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Well, it's time now for another of our recurring segments called Minute with Nature, where we talk with park naturalist Lauren Azuri on all of the wildlife surrounding us here in West Bloomfield.
Hello and welcome to Minute with Nature. I'm Lauren Azuri, your host, and the park naturalist for West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Today we're talking about winter animals and what you might find out in our parks and out on the trails in the winter season. Winter is a great time to explore and look for animal tracks in the snow. When you're walking out in the woods or out in our trails in the winter, there are a lot more activity going on than people realize. Even though the animals might not be easy to see out in the winter because they're hunkered down hiding in the snow can actually be warmer than the outside air. So a lot of animals will hide within the snow. So squirrels, chipmunks, mice, all hide in the snow. And our fox, who is a winter active animal, will be out hunting for them. So look for their footprints and also for them tunneling and digging in the snow to find their prey, the mice for the winter food. One of the winter active animals here is our white-tailed deer. Deers have a footprint that makes a heart shape, 2 toes, 1 on each side, and the point of the deer track points which way it's going. So if you're out wandering out and about and you don't see any animals, still look for clues to see where they might be going or where they've been. The state tree of Michigan is the white pine tree. So in the winter time, it's one of the only green things you might find outside. And it makes a great holiday tree as well. But to tell what the white pine is, you look for the needle bundles. And it has 5 needles in bundles for WHITE. Just a little trick to remember the state tree. And that's your Minute with Nature.
Thanks, Lauren. And if you'd like to see even more episodes of Minute with Nature, then you can visit civiccentertv.com/MWN. Now let's turn to our other segment here on the show, our Person of the Week, where we acknowledge an individual within the community who is either helping or inspiring others. And this week's recipient is Susan Emmerling from Keego Harbor. Watercolor artist Susan Emmerling has made huge contributions to her Keego Harbor community. Her company, Art Sale, is a collaborative effort that invites people of various artistic backgrounds to communicate, connect, and promote their art, and was started back in June of 2016. With Art Sale, Susan has created a collaboration within her community and makes creating art, as well as purchasing it, more doable and affordable. Furthermore, her latest project is organizing a holiday art show on December 3rd for her community to partake in, involving music, dance, art, and food. To sum it all up, Susan is making strides in bettering her community through artwork, all while encouraging others to do the same, making her our Person of the Week. And if you happen to know someone who is providing a service to your community, then let us know by sending an email to The Splash at civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those who are making a difference in our area, and we appreciate any and all suggestions. Unfortunately, though, that brings us to the end of our show today. But as always, you can catch new episodes of The Splash every Monday at 6:30 and throughout the week for replays. And you can also look up previous episodes online at civiccentertv.com or follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook under Civic Center TV for more information. For all our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Keego Harbor, and of course, West Bloomfield, I'm Jonathan Jackson, and we want to thank you for watching.